Volume 3 is a discussion of video conferencing over cell phone computing. And to open that video, what we have here is a picture of the current rig. Notice the cell phone on the right, the cell phone screen reflected on the computer system, and an example window which is just a web browser. And what we have open here is a web conference on the desktop system. That same web conference is open on the cell phone and the screen reflected on the desktop system. So we'll compare notes from the desktop screen. So what we see on the desktop system is three windows. The left window is the desktop system logged into a Zoom video conference session. The right upper window is the cell phone as controlled through the desktop, logged into the same conference. And lower right here is just a web browser window to remind us that we are looking at a desktop system. So we'll move that one. And what we want to do is have a fair comparison through similar aspect ratios of the cell phone experience in Zoom and the desktop experience. Granted that this same exploration should be done with other video conferencing systems, Google Hangouts specifically. This is essentially the speaker view in the desktop on the left and the cell phone on the right. And those are quite analogous, quite similar. The desktop gallery view can show up to 50 attendees simultaneously in the conference. The cell phone gallery view shows us as many as 4 at a time. So this is a difference, and this can be a limitation because, again, when we're looking at the full-sized desktop view, these little windows change size and show us up to 50 attendees. When we maximize the cell phone window on the desktop system, because we are attending through the cell phone, we are limited to 4 attendees at a time. Multiple windows will extend beyond this and give us a way to see the other conference attendees. But if our habit, and my habit is, to attend the conference in gallery view and notice everyone in attendance, I have to be careful to seek out the rest of those attendees. The speaker view remains pretty equivalent, and both applications will toggle automatically between those speakers who are active in the audio. So that experience, which we can't demonstrate here because of all the multiple windows and multiple audio paths, that experience is about equivalent. That's the essential comparison to be made here. And again, what we have is evidence that I can conduct my internet-based work even in the realm of a video conference through the cell phone in its native data connection. And I do not have to use the Wi-Fi hotspot function of the cell phone in order to have this experience, in order to have the desktop experience, because the cell phone experience is adequate to my task. And depending on where the cell phone is set, currently the cell phone is this far away and at this angle from me, and the desktop system is this far away at this angle. Were I to move the cell phone to a similar location, I can in fact nearly perfectly duplicate the view that others are given of me in the video conference. So at this point, I have essentially demonstrated that I will be able to conduct even this facet of my internet-based work through the cell phone.